Welcome back. It's time now for our community update this morning. And joining us in studio today is Appleton Police Chief Todd Thomas and Emily Lewis, the Executive Director of the Fox City's Victim Crisis Response Team. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Morning. Thanks for having us.
Chief, your department is part of the Fox City's Victim Crisis Response Team. What is it?
1997, Chief Myers and Deputy Chief Kolpak met with a bunch of our citizen community members because they wanted to put together a team of citizens that would respond to significant incidents or critical incidents, or if there was a death, to support law enforcement and help the crime victims or the victims of the incident. Because law enforcement, we have time to respond, but then we have to get on to other duties that law enforcement does, handling a call, and we didn't have enough time to really work with the victims. So this citizen group was put together to do that for us.
And now, how does your department utilize the team?
You know, we'll use it quite often when we have maybe a suicide or a sudden death and we have family members that are there that are upset. We'll use it with critical incidents where there's a crime victim. We'll also be proactive, and we'll have them present when we do like a trafficking sting, a human trafficking sting. We'll have the VCRs present, so when we bring the people in, we can have somebody that they can sit down and talk to.
Can you explain another instance where the team was very useful lately?
Obviously, the mall shooting incident that you talked about earlier, they were significantly involved in that from the beginning and continue to be involved in that now.
And Emily, you were the Executive Director of the team. How long have you been on the team, and why did you become involved?
I've been the part of the team for about 5 years, in the role of Executive Director for about 2. My story is kind of interesting. Way back in the day, I went through the training to be a volunteer, but life circumstances made it that I couldn't volunteer at that time. So I feel like I've come home and I found where I really fit. So I'm pretty excited to be in that position.
Now, what is the mission of the team?
Our mission is pretty easy. We want to show up for crime victims. We want to help them feel safe, know what's expected to come next, and express emotions. It is shown that when you do these 3 things quickly after an incident, it helps lessen the long-term effects that it has for that individual.
And you recently put on a community healing event for the Fox River Mall shooting. Why did you feel that was so important?
An incident like the mall shooting really has a grand effect on people, whether you are at the mall or have ever been to the mall or care about someone who works at the mall, because it really shakes your sense of safety for the community. So we really knew that it was important to get to those affected as quickly as possible to do those 3 things I listed, because the sooner that you have them process through helps them find their new sense of normalcy. So we really wanted to try to get there as quickly as possible and help as many people as we could.
And how did that event go?
It was really successful. Over the entire time since the shooting, we've helped over 130 people. And when you meet with them initially to when you see them leave, it's like totally different people. They laugh a little, they have a plan of how to move forward and move past the incident, which is the greatest gift I think we can give somebody, is to allow them the space to talk about it, and then the tools and tactics they need to really find what their new normal is and move beyond the incident.
So how does someone become a part of the team, or if someone is looking to support the team, how could they help?
We just finished our training session, so we'll have another training session in fall. So if you're interested, you can email at info@victimcrisisresponse.org. And as a small nonprofit, we always take donations. We need financial donations, donations of blankets, small tissue packets, hand sanitizer, those types of things we go through quite frequently. So that's a good way to do a little something and help us out.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's